Hi, and welcome to another episode of Making Things. Today I'll be showing you how to cook and store bulk amounts of bacon, or more specifically, 36 pounds of it.
Right.
The reason I'm doing this in the pot and not in the oven, like a lot of people suggest, is I find that when you cook large amounts of bacon in the oven, you'll get a really crispy top and bottom and an almost raw, chewy, kind of rubbery center for your layers of bacon. I find it really doesn't work all that well. I personally prefer doing it in a pot. Now, what do you do with all the bacon after? Well, it's quite simple. You can freeze it, and although this may sound like you're going to ruin it, what happens is because you've cooked it, and bacon is pretty dry once you've cooked it and it's nice and crispy, there's pretty much no water left in it. And what ruins meat in the freezer isn't actually the freezing, it's the water that expands in the cells of the meat and breaks the cells, and that's what changes the texture and then eventually the taste, because everything can move back and forth. So this is an example of some fresh bacon and some 9-month-old bacon I just heated up for 15 seconds in the microwave. As you can see, it really did keep its crisp. It looks exactly like if it was new. I like to soak my bacon in cold water first because it makes it quite a bit less salty. But it still tastes really good, so I find it's better than the non-salted or the low sodium stuff, because you still get that flavor from having been smoked with all of that salt, but you still remove all of the excess that's left on the bacon. You'll want to soak it for probably about 20 minutes before you start cooking the first bit. I have a very large sink, and still today I had too much bacon. I was a little too ambitious, and so I'll have to go at the bottom to start cooking, just because I don't want the stuff that hasn't been properly soaked yet. So once the batch is ready, you just put it in the strainer, where you can collect the fat. As you can see, you're starting to get a bit of buildup in the bottom, but that's okay, because when we put in the fresh bacon, the cold water it's been soaking in is actually, you can see as I move the bacon around, it actually wipes everything off. Once I'm doing this, with a bit more pressure. So with every step, the pot's bottom gets cleaned, and the extra little crispy bits just end up with the bacon, so it doesn't really matter much. It doesn't change anything. And you just keep going. Now when you're making very large quantities like this, every now and then you will have to put some water in there, boil it a little bit, just to clean out the bottom so you don't end up with a burnt crust. For the first 4 or 5 goes, just the water from the extra bacon that's been soaking is usually enough. But again, now and then it does need to be given a good wash, which adds about an extra 5 minutes. Well, this is it. 36 pounds of cooked bacon going to the freezer. If this was helpful to you, please like, subscribe, check out my blog for more details. Have a good day.